Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. This week I'm going to make a graduation card for one of my good friends, and she is really kind of a really cool person. Like, she likes really bright colors and happy things. So I'm going to make it nice and bright and happy. And I'm going to play with some alcohol inks. You guys seem to like this when I used my distress inks or distress markers for the first time on camera. So I haven't even opened these alcohol inks yet. And I'm going to do that now. And I do have two mixatives, but I just bought these a while back when I found them on sale and haven't had anything else to use them with. So I got this whole little kind of set here. I have the Dockside Picnic Brights set and the Nature Walk set of alcohol inks, the blending solution, the felt pads which fit on the regular inking tools, and then the silver and gold mixatives. And I have some glossy paper from Ranger. I actually have it, you can see it here, in the 5.5 by 8.5 size. This is just what was available when I originally bought it. It comes in full sheets though too, but this works fine. I just cut one in half and then trimmed off a little bit of the edge to make it a perfect card front. So for this card I want to use these three colors. I think these will go really well together, and I'm using colors that if they you know, contaminate each other, that they'll still look good. This green and this yellow would be really cute together, and I think the yellow and the red will also go really well together. So I'm excited to try more things with that. But I'm going to bring out my craft mat and get my work surface ready. Before I get that ready, I wanted to share, I'm going to be using this butterfly die, and I'm going to cut out a border of it after I'm done with the alcohol inks. And that will create this really cool pop-up effect, and I think I'll put some white cardstock behind it to really make it shine. And then do a label here, and I'll use Lawn Fawn Stay Cheese 2 and the You're the Star, and that'll fit right in here. It'll be really cute. So I'm going to get my work surface set up to alcohol ink, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I have my colors out. I have, let's see what this is. I have Sailboat Blue, Stream, Wild Plum, and then the silver mixative and some blending solution. And I'm just gonna put some, put some dots on here, kind of inject it here. And I think this will stain my tool, but yeah, that's fine, whatever. And I'm just kind of squeezing just a little bit when it's down in the foam. And then I'll add some mixatives in here. Ooh, that got her a little excited. Okay. And then add some blending solution. I know the blending solution actually kind of takes away the color, so we'll see what that does. And then I'm just gonna kind of smush it on here, and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, so this is my first try here. It's looking kind of interesting, but it's a whole lot of silver. It's a lot of silver on there. So I think I'm gonna go in, actually, take off this foam. Oops. And it's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much dry to the touch already, which is kind of cool. It does have a very distinct alcohol smell, but I mean, they are alcohol inks. So I think I'm gonna add in some more of these blues. I'm going to do a little bit less ink this time, not squeeze quite as hard. I'm kind of just having fun with this and experimenting. And then do a little purple too. And hopefully this will kind of counterbalance all of the silver that's on here. So what we're left with is something that's already dry. I just finished touching it. But it's so silvery. I really do like it, but it's not exactly what I'm going for. So I'm going to put the cap on the silver, because I think we're done with the silver for now. And just use the tool that I have right now already and add in some more color. And then do a background without any of the silver. So this is the fun of experimenting. It's that you get to try out what works and what doesn't. And so you can see this is the other half. It has a little crease in it, but I'll just trim this down later. Oh, and that's gorgeous. Yeah, I like that so much better. And now I'm just going over where it looks like there are lines from where my pad touched. And now we have more of the look I was going for, where it's really, really vibrant, nice and purple. So now it seems that I have my background pretty much done. Just touching up any places where there's a little bit of white showing. Sorry if you can hear my air conditioner in the background. I should have shut it off before I started, but I forgot. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to let this dry, even though it's pretty much dry right away. And then I'll get started on my other parts of my card. Alright, so I'm back. And by the way, you can clean up your craft sheet with just some of the alcohol blending solution. So I just kind of squirted it on there and then cleaned it up with a rag. And I'm going to arrange this flower, or this butterfly die, right on my little plate here, so I don't have to apply the tape directly to the surface. I don't think it would do anything to it, but I don't want to mess it up right now. So I'm just going to make sure it's straight over here. I'm also making sure that the butterflies do go off the edge on both sides, because you wouldn't want one butterfly to just stop and the other to keep going. And then I'm just taping it down, and it'll stay perfectly still while it goes through my big shot. So I'll just run this through. Alright, so I have my little piece here with the butterflies cut out. It's looking super cute. Plus I have all of these fab butterflies to use for other cards. I might even use a couple in this card, I'm not quite sure yet. But they came out of the die really easily, but if not, you have these little poke holes for them. And this die is from My Favorite Things, by the way, I don't know if I said that. And so is this label that I went ahead and cut out of some Nina White cardstock. I think I'm just going to mount this already onto my cardstock, and I'm going to use foam adhesive so there's really like a dramatic space behind the butterflies. Okay, so now you can see there's some dimension under there, looking pretty good. And then this can go over here, and I think I'll cut off the edge. Actually, I think this die will work better. This is the Tim Holtz Alterations movers and shapers that go inside the style frame. And this is a little bit smaller, and it's pretty much the exact same shape, but it'll fit inside the space. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my sentiment ready to be stamped. I actually cut it in half at some point and forgot about it. So when I took it off, I was like, oh, maybe it will look good stacked. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to stamp it to the right side because it'll be more in the center of the card then. And then I will have some area to kind of add some embellishment to balance out this like heavy graphical element that I have going on here. If I put it just in the center, it might look kind of funny when I add stuff to the left side. Alright, so now that I have my sentiment stamped, you can see there's still a little bit of the silver left on here, just from the contact of the inking tool on the other card. So I think I'm going to outline this with a silver gel pen. This is a Signo pen, which makes the amazing white gel pen that everybody loves, including myself. And I'm going to make some tiny dots around the outside of this, just to give it a little bit of pop off the card. Alright, so I added my little dots around my silver frame, and now I'm just going to apply some of these butterflies over into this blank space just by rolling some glue dots, and this will give it a little bit of dimension, and that's really what we're looking for here. Now I'll just add this to my card, and I'm going to try to get it centered in this area over here. And then kind of to finish everything off, I'm going to go around with a dotted line. Actually, I think I'm going to do a solid line all the way around this that kind of feeds into the silver touches that I already have on here. Okay, and I think that line really finished everything off. I'm going to leave it like this because I don't want to overcomplicate it. It has a lot of things going on. It has the bright and the dark contrast along with the really bright and happy colors. So I'm just going to leave it like this. So kind of a simple card, but you use the color and the shapes to really jazz it up and bring it a whole bunch of liveliness. And I bet my friend is going to love it because she's had hair that's been this purple color before. So thank you so much for watching this week. I hope you enjoyed this kind of experimental tutorial with the alcohol inks, and I'll definitely be doing more with these in the future. Make sure you check out my blog for a full list of supplies and links to everything else about this card, and I'll catch you again next week on another video tutorial. Thanks for watching.